I read this essay about the way that Australia lacks cultural leadership, and it's just changed everything that I think about the arts sector. It's called Take Me to Your Leader. It's written by Wesley Enoch in 2014. And it kind of talks about the history of our sector and the way that sort of like the policy environment and the economic environment that we make our art in maybe fails the way we make art. Enoch, who is a fantastic theatre maker, truly one of Australia's best, finishes the essay up with some killer lines. If you can't articulate your work as a vision for a better, more humane society, then give it up. If all you have to offer is beauty and distraction, work harder. Use your imagination to think beyond what we have inherited, to foresee what the future could be. Step up and take your place. And that is so electrifying to hear, because I feel like so often as artists, we get hung up on this like notion that, well, we make art and that matters because we make art. And it's like, well, no, actually, how does the work we do in these theaters engage with the world outside of it? I think that's a really important question. And a question that I really struggled with watching Uncle Vanya at Melbourne Theatre Company the other day. This is a relatively recent adaptation of Uncle Vanya written by Joanna Murray Smith, who is one of Australia's most celebrated playwrights, directed by Anne-Louise Sarks, who's the artistic director of MTC. And it is a beautiful production, visually stunning. The sets are gorgeous, lighting is phenomenal, the performances are pretty fucking good. It had a lot going for it, but it just didn't click with me. It's a story that's mostly about a bunch of middle-aged and elderly people just caught on the precipice of a world that's about to change, and just kind of like, that's scary. And I just think maybe I find stories like that of people who are ignorant to a changing world or apathetic to a changing world, I find them really unappealing. Most of our fucking country doesn't care about the way the world is changing. Like, I could see how beautiful and well made it was. Like, it had beautiful theatricality, and it was a little Brechtian as well, which I loved. But then thinking back to what Wesley says, if all you have to offer is beauty and distraction, work harder. And as much as there's like a character Astrov who's like, oh my god, the trees are getting cut down. Like, I get that you're shoehorning in this like metaphor to the climate change and the changing world, but it's just like there is so much theater that I think approaches the issues and the anxieties and concerns of our moment with so much more compassion and grace and directness. Like, thinking back to the last adaptation of Chekhov that I saw, which was Pony Cam's Cherry Orchard at the Malthouse last year, I really didn't like it. I thought it was overambitious, and I thought it just didn't really work theatrically. But at the same time, that was so much more interesting to watch than this, which is technically perfect and beautifully stylistic and subtle and all these things. But what I want to see is artists struggling to grapple with the world as it is. And for me as a young person, it's like Sonia's life in the middle of this house that's decaying is the most interesting part, but it's just not a story about her or the way the world changes. It's one about the way the world ends. And I think it's time that we start telling stories that move beyond concern about things ending and start imagining what better worlds are going to look like. But it was really beautiful, and if you want beautiful theater, go look at that.